Have you ever wondered how a child can feel unwanted, even in a room full of people who claim to love them? A little boy sits at the dinner table, barely breathing, careful with every word he learned long ago that saying the wrong thing turns the room cold, that eyes sharpen, forks pause, and silence becomes a weapon. He watches his sister talk about her day and receive warm smiles. He watches his brother get praised for simple achievements. But when he speaks, something changes. The air tightens, voices sharpen. It's as if his presence is an interruption rather than a welcome. He is not rejected in obvious ways. He is rejected in energy. In the sigh when he enters the room, in the impatience in their eyes, in the way small mistakes become personal offenses. To many people, this is not fiction. It is memory. But what if I told you the hated child doesn't just survive the moment? They carry its shadow into every part of their future. The human heart arrives in this world open, soft, unguarded. A child does not come with armor. They learn armor. When love is missing or replaced with resentment, the child doesn't simply feel unloved. They begin to believe they are unworthy of love. Psychologists like John Bowl discovered that our early bonds become the blueprint for every relationship that follows. Warmth builds confidence, coldness builds fear. That boy at the table grows up flinching at emotions that aren't even aimed at him. Not because he's dramatic, because his nervous system was trained in a battlefield where love was unpredictable and the cruelest part. The hated child rarely realizes they were hated. To a child, parents aren't just people, they are truth. A parent's rejection becomes the child's identity, and once rejection becomes identity, what happens next is far more dangerous than the childhood itself. Comparison is one of the deepest cuts. The hated child notices everything: who gets praised, who gets hugged, whose mistakes are forgiven, and whose are amplified. Small moments carve deep scars: less eye contact, less patience, less celebration. Their nervous system grows hyper-alert, scanning for the slightest sign of rejection. This creates adults who misread neutral moments as threats. A text left unread, a tone shift, a delay. All of it feels like confirmation of the fear. I am not wanted. Neuroscience shows that repeated emotional rejection heightens the amygdala, the fear center, and weakens the prefrontal cortex, the part that calms us down. So the hated child grows into the adult who overreacts to small things, distrusts safe people, feels calm only in chaos, sees rejection even where it isn't there. But the story doesn't end with damage, because the hated child learns to survive in ways the world never sees. To earn the love they never received, many hated children develop survival masks. Some become perfectionists, believing flawless achievement will finally earn approval. Some become people pleasers, reshaping themselves into whatever others want. Some turn rebellious, rejecting others before they can be rejected. But underneath every mask lies the same wound. I was not accepted as I was. These aren't personalities, they're shields. And over time, the child forgets the difference between the shield and the self. There is another layer to the tragedy. Many hated children grow up in families that look normal. Birthdays, laughter, pictures on the wall. Yet inside, they feel invisible, a quiet ache no one else can see or verify. So they doubt their own reality. But what if the wound could be turned into wisdom? And the hated child could rewrite the ending. Healing doesn't begin by pretending the past didn't happen. It begins with seeing it clearly. When the adult finally says, "I grew up as the unwanted one," the shame loses its power. Because wounds that are named begin to heal. Therapists call this reparenting, offering yourself the gentleness you never received. Telling yourself, you are worthy, you are lovable, you belong.